The room goes quiet when you walk in. Not all at once. Quiet moves the way water moves, spreading out from the door in a ring. Someone's fork stops halfway to their mouth. A conversation folds in on itself mid-sentence. Somewhere near the back, a woman touches her own hair without knowing why. You've stopped counting the rooms that do this. You've started wondering instead what it would feel like for a room to simply stay the way it was before you entered it. But it didn't start this way. The coffee shop on 9th Street smells like burnt sugar and wet umbrellas, and Adrian, the barista with the silver nose ring who's worked the morning shift for 3 years, has already forgotten your order by the time you reach the pickup counter. She calls it out to no one in particular, a name attached to a cup, and you take it without correcting the spelling. You are 22 years old. You are $9.40 an hour at a call center that smells like carpet cleaner and other people's stress. And Gerald, your shift supervisor, walks past your desk 11 times a day without once looking down. He remembers Denise's birthday. He does not remember that you exist in the 3rd cubicle from the window. At the bar on Friday, men's eyes pass over you the way headlights pass over a parked car, acknowledging your presence only enough to steer around it. You watch a friend get bought a drink by a stranger in a blazer, and you order your own, and it costs $6.50, and nobody watches you pay for it. This is not cruelty. It is worse than cruelty. It is nothing at all. You start to believe invisibility is a kind of safety. No one asks anything of you. No one wants anything from you. There is a stillness in being unseen, cold but survivable, like standing in a walk-in freezer and telling yourself you'll only be a minute. Rosa, your best friend since 6th grade, is the one person who sees you completely. She doesn't know yet that this will change. Something shifts almost imperceptibly. You cut your hair. You start running 3 mornings a week, the cold air biting your throat, your breath fogging in front of you like something trying to escape. Marcus from accounting starts saying good morning. He means it kindly. Marcus is kind, genuinely, the rarest kind of coworker. And he tells you about his dog, a beagle named Biscuit with a torn ear, and you laugh, really laugh for the first time in that building. Adrian starts getting your order right. Small mercy. Small proof that you are becoming a known quantity in at least one corner of the world. You are not pursued, you are not ignored. You are the friend, the one people confide in about the people they actually want. Denise tells you over lukewarm office coffee about the man she's seeing, someone named Whitfield, older, a little married sounding even though he isn't. And you listen because listening is the only currency you've been handed so far, and you spend it generously because you don't know it's currency at all. You don't know yet that Rosa is starting to feel something curdle when people compliment you now. Small, quiet, something she herself doesn't have language for yet. The doors start opening, literally. A man in a gray coat holds one for you outside the pharmacy and says, "Have a good one," in a voice that means something slightly different than the words. Gerald starts remembering your name, not warmly, just noting it, filing it somewhere. Adrian compliments your earrings unprompted. "Those are new," she says, "and you didn't think anyone tracked earrings, but apparently someone does now." Something else arrives alongside the compliments, a low hum of attention you didn't ask for. A man follows you 2 blocks from the subway, talking the whole way, and you grip your keys between your fingers the way your mother taught you, and nothing happens, but your heart doesn't stop pounding until you're 3 deadbolts deep in your apartment. At work, a whisper starts. Not malicious, not yet, just a shape forming in the air. "She's gotten so pretty," said like an observation about weather. Denise says it to your face, almost fondly, and you can't tell if it's a compliment or the first pebble of an avalanche. Rosa says it too at dinner, and there's something underneath her voice this time, a flatness, a distance of maybe 6 inches that wasn't there a year ago. You get promoted, $58,000 a year now, a title with the word senior in it, And within a week, someone in the break room says, not unkindly, "Must be nice," and everyone laughs, except you, because you know what they're implying, and you know it isn't true, and you know saying so will only make it worse. Gerald over-notices you now, lingers by your desk 2 minutes longer than the conversation requires. Denise stops confiding in you about Whitfield, stops confiding in you at all, actually. There's a coolness now, a competitive current running just under the surface of every conversation, like a riptide you can feel but not see. Marcus is still Marcus, still kind, still talks about biscuit, but even he starts prefacing compliments with disclaimers, not to be weird, but as if beauty requires a legal waiver before it can be acknowledged. Strangers assume things about you now, that you're less capable, that whatever you have you didn't earn. A client at work, a man named Holt, assumes you're the assistant, not the account lead, and takes 4 minutes to unlearn that assumption, and never fully does. Adrian starts calling you by name before you say it. "The usual?" she asks, and something in you aches at how good it feels to be known, and how strange it is that this small, ordinary recognition has become the least complicated relationship in your life. Rosa cancels plans twice in 1 month. You don't know yet that this is the beginning of an ending. The world reorganizes itself around you in ways too small to name individually, but too large to ignore collectively. A hostess at a restaurant seats you faster. A mechanic quotes you a lower price, then catches himself, then charges you anyway, but softer, like an apology wrapped around a bill. Comments under your photos multiply. 400, 800, 1200, strangers narrating your face back to you in language that feels like praise and surveillance in equal measure. Rosa stops answering texts within the day, then within the week. The friendship doesn't end with an argument, it ends with silence, with the specific quiet of someone slowly closing a door so gently you don't hear the click. She doesn't say why, she doesn't have to, you already know. And knowing doesn't make it hurt less, it makes it hurt with clarity. Denise, meanwhile, has become someone else entirely around you, brittle, watchful, quick to mention your face in conversations that have nothing to do with your face. Marcus gets engaged. He tells you first, actually first before most people at the office, and for one unguarded evening, you remember what it was like when people wanted your company and not just your reflection. Adrian, still constant, still the same $5.25 order, still the same silver nose ring, and the one place in the city where you are just a regular customer and nothing else. And now you are back here, the room going quiet the moment you enter it, the fork stopped mid-air, the woman touching her hair without knowing why. You are $9.6 million deep into a career built partly on merit and partly, you now understand, on something you didn't choose and can't undo, a face, an arrangement of features that reorganizes rooms before you've spoken a single sentence. People perform constantly now. Genuine reactions have become rare enough that you've started collecting them like currency. The barista who forgets to perform because she's simply tired, the child in line who says something honest and unfiltered, the one old friend, Marcus, who still asks about your actual day instead of your actual face. You think of Rosa sometimes. You wonder if she still runs on Tuesday mornings. You wonder if she ever thinks of you, or if the version of you she knew got quietly replaced somewhere around Tier 5, back when the silence started. You walk into the coffee shop on 9th Street. It still smells like burnt sugar and wet umbrellas, and Adrian is still there, older now, a few gray hairs threaded through the dark, and she looks up and says your name, your actual name, correctly, the way she has for years, and hands you your usual before you ask. For 4 seconds in that one small shop, you are not looked at, you are simply known. The door chimes behind you as you leave. The room outside does not go quiet. Not this one, not here.